loan, the same payments you pay to multiple loans pays our one loan off in 5 to 8 years on average.
Wow, that's amazing. Love that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Or we can put it on a regular 30-year loan and give you that extra $1,000 a month income. Here's another kicker. Okay, well, I don't want to start over with 30 years. Well, guess what? Okay, you can pay the savings and pay your house off, everything off, and do it nicely in record time with what you're already paying now. Or imagine if if we took and added up all your monthly payments, times it by 12 months for a year, and how many years it would take to pay that car off, the next car off, the credit cards, and we added all that up and how long it would pay, and added up all the totals, right?
Mm-hmm.
We compared it to our 30-year one loan simple interest, and we added that payment up for 30 years. Guess what total is going to be about $100,000 or more lower?
Your house.
The 30-year.
Yes. Your amortized loan.
Yeah, let's take that 30-year total. Oh, wow, that's 50, 100. It's powerful when you compare. Like, wow, that's what I would pay with all these multiple debts. Man, my money's not working great for me. This one simple interest loan. And let's put it this way right now. Oh, I don't want to get rid of my interest. Well, we just gave you the maximum tax write-off.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
And freed up a lot of money.
Yes, yes. It's always good to have some cushion, right, every single month instead of living that paycheck to paycheck like most of us are living right now. And honestly, you know what? If I didn't do what I did since in 2019, Robert, I would still be in that position of living paycheck to paycheck. But since we restructured everything, that gave me a lot of flexibility when it came to my payments, moving the way I move when it comes to assets, our rental properties, right? And but I didn't start with 9 properties and 14 units. No.
Imagine if you had what you had before we got the first rental, when we restructured and saved you 1211.
Yeah.
Would I be able to talk you into going back the other way? Hey, have a car payment, have this other debt, don't have this tool,
Oh, no.
and don't say and pay an extra $1,000 and $1,200 in interest that's not doing anything, and don't be in control of that. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yep.
You might have a great interest rate right now. But if your overall lifestyle and debt is not structured right, and you have the power, you have that equity, trust me, when you look at cash flow, powerful savings, being debt free, being in position to pay everything off, if you just don't take advantage of 1,000 plus savings, you know, and you got to be, wise with your money. But in every mathematical way, I really wanted to, I was been hearing a lot about that. Don't pass up $500, $1,000, $1,500 a month in monthly interest savings just because the rate looks high.
So let me rephrase that in case of you guys, anyone out there that's having trouble understanding, because sometimes I have trouble understanding Robert's words because he's so smart, right? Everything's kind of new to me, but I think what he's trying to say, guys, is sure you have a low interest rate right now on your home, right? But alongside that low interest rate, you have all this debt that when you put it all together, your monthly payment is high. So imagine if we can get together and restructure everything that you have going on, right? Even though if you have to refinance to get that monthly payment every month, all your debt, all your bills lower, so be it. You might have a monthly payment or interest rate that's higher, but instead of paying $5,000 a month, you're paying $3,500 a month in total payments. That's exactly what he's trying to get at, to where sure you might be locked into a good rate, but don't let that stop you from restructuring and saving $1,500 in monthly payments overall your payments, right? Was that
That's exactly what I'm trying to say. I know
okay.
I do get a little passionate, and not only that, you're maximizing your tax deductions.
Absolutely.
So it's all about cash flow and maximizing your tax deductions. Oh, I don't want to put well, we're talking about being in position in a rainy day and not, being able to counter all these expenses and inflation and what's going on. It may not be for everybody. You might have a good rate. Oh, I don't have debt. Great.
Well, of course. So this applies to everyone as an individual who has a unique situation. It's not the same for everyone, right? So the only way that I can distinguish what's better for me when it came to the goals that I wanted to accomplish, which was investing in rentals, I had to restructure from the beginning, and I didn't see that until Robert put it on paper in front of me, because I'm the type of guy that likes to see it on paper, and just when you blur out numbers, it's hard to picture it and hard to put it together. So if I can see everything on paper, man, you know what? And I like it. Let's do it. And that's exactly what we did, Robert, from the beginning.
Because I was seeing it, and we had just met, and I'm like, and we met through a credible source, through referrals. That's what we do. So we always know in today's day and age, we work with referrals basically. Yeah. And I sat down. I go, man, I have to get him to see what I know and what I'm seeing mathematically, because math is my passion. So I literally itemized everything out. I itemized his current situation. I put each debt. I put each balance. I put each minimum payment. I think even I even went to the extreme and said, here's what the term is left, and here's what you pay in 5 years, 4 years, added it all up, versus our scenario, which was one debt, a HELOC, or what we call AKA home equity simple interest savings account, that was my first term I coined. The other one was AKA home equity simple interest credit card. Great way to understand how it works the first 5 to 10 years, depending on where you're getting it. Yeah. So it was that side-by-side comparison, simplifying everything, being in that powerful position.
So when I finally saw it on paper, I compared apples to apples, and I compared, okay, if I did this refinance and I restructure everything, I'm sure I'm going to pay with all the closing costs and fees. It was a lot of money in my eyes, and I thought, man, is that even worth doing it? Because I'm safe. And then I thought to myself, you know what? It's going to allow me to make moves in the future. Not only that, I'm going to be saving $1,211 right now, even with the added HELOC payments. Mm-hmm. And to me, that was amazing.
And when he compared the no-cost scenario, he's like, $500 savings, $1,211 savings. And a lot of this is being done, and just the loan amounts, I'm not really seeing it, because I'm just getting new loan amounts. And so in the end, it's what the real money, he chose real money, the $1,200 versus
savings every month.
Versus when he looked at the loan amount, and then we looked at, okay, well, the no closing cost, I end up owing more on my loan amounts a few years later compared to what I owe on the lower interest rate ones with the higher cost. With the loan amounts were a little higher, or I had a little less cash out to work with. Yep. So that was, okay, let me see. I gotta have less savings. Oh, no closing cost looks great on the surface, but nothing really came out of pocket other than on his when he was buying homes. So on the refinance, he's long term. We chose, we're all about monthly payment. So he chose that bigger savings, letting the loan amounts cover everything. And when we look back, he owes less than he would have if he did a no cost loan.
Absolutely.
His loan amounts are lower compared to the zero cost deals at the time when he was comparing and choosing.
Yes, absolutely. Like, you remember my friend that came over last weekend, Robert, or the weekend prior, and he is not at the first-time home buyer level anymore. Him and his wife, they have a property with 2 homes on it. They have another property that they're renting it out to the brother, I believe. And so he had questions. He didn't know how to go about his situation. So, like I mentioned, everyone has a different situation. Now, he came over. We all met up that weekend, and he put everything on the table. This is my situation, guys. What can we do? What can I do? He also didn't want to offend his brother, who was living in one of the houses. He's paying him exactly what the mortgage is on the house, so he's not getting any positive, cash flow at this time, and his I believe his parents